You are getting an annual salary of $1.2 million, or Indian rupee crore, just for guarding this lighthouse. Do you have the courage to do this job? You will not have any boss who will keep an eye on you while you are working here whenever you feel like it. You can sleep comfortably, wake up comfortably, enjoy the view, go fishing. Your job will be only to make sure that the light on top of the lighthouse keeps working properly. This is the only work. You will get Indian rupee crores just to see that one light is on. Keep working properly, but unfortunately, the good news ends here, and the bad news is that this is the most dangerous job in the world to guard the Jimun Lighthouse because it is in the middle of the ocean. Before that, you guys send your CV for this job. Also listen to the fact that no one will talk to you here. There will be loneliness everywhere, and the most dangerous thing is that very dirty storms come in this area and the storm waves hit the tower up to tens of meters high. There can be a risk of death in this job. This picture was taken while doing a rescue operation. Here, it can be clearly seen how the keeper of the lighthouse is surrounded by the storm. If these storm waves cover the lighthouse completely, had she done so, her life could have been in danger. After knowing all this, you still have the courage to apply for this job. Well, after seeing this strange job, this question must be coming in your mind that why should this lighthouse be built? Why was it built at all, and why is it important that the light of the lighthouse should always remain burning? For this we have to see how the lighthouse started. This is from the ancient times when there were no roads to travel. There were no vehicles, so water was the best way to travel long distances. There was a man named Captain Marcius. He was a great sailor and was known for his dangerous sea journeys. There was going to be an incident with the ships. So in earlier times, they were made of wood, so one night the captain was passing through a very dark place in the water. There were big rocks under the water due to which his ship collides. There was a hole in the ship and she also capsized and she suffered a lot. Damage is done. After this incident, Captain Marcius thought that there must be some solution to this problem which can protect them from this type of danger. Now this has become a problem. The second problem is that you know that the ocean it is much bigger, and forget the Pacific Ocean. If we collect the land of the whole world in one place, even if we combine all the 7 continents, the Pacific Ocean will be much bigger. Leave it aside, even if we keep 5 moose in this area, the Pacific Ocean will still be bigger. Now you must have got the idea of how big this ocean is. When in olden times sailors used to travel in this open water, they did not know how far away the next land was and even where the path was from that point of navigation. The biggest issue in the world during that time was GPS or any advanced system that could guide the sailors about the route. GPS was invented in 1973 and was available to the public in 1978. You must have used GoogleAPIs.com sometimes. These sailors had to rely on the sun, had to rely on the stars and on some of the early navigation tools to cross this never-ending ocean. Just because of this navigation, 3-4 more troubles came like Captain Alej had come to know that in olden times, when the captain was crossing the Pacific Ocean with his crew, clouds would come suddenly at night due to which the stars would get hidden by seeing them and they were finding the way and then in this part of the sea. When a very strong storm comes, these people lose their way. When morning comes, they are lost in the open ocean. The crew had neither anything left to eat nor anything to drink due to hunger and thirst. The condition of the crew is bad. You may also know that we humans cannot drink ocean water because it is very salty and drinking it can even lead to death. So, despite being in the water, these people were very thirsty. The crew members had died. The captain had found land with great difficulty, and finally, these people went there and stopped. Now the world's first lighthouse was about to be opened. It was along the Mediterranean Sea in Egypt. The ancient city of Alexandria was the ruler there. Fat Hole in the second Philadelphia. Its kingdom was a proper hub for trade culture at that time, but the biggest issue for this kingdom was its location. If you look carefully at this picture, to reach the edge of the city one had to pass through, and along with this, see how many stones are there. When the trading ship used to pass through this place at high speed at night, it used to hit the Nakdara stones under the water. These ships would sink and their cargo would also be lost, due to which his kingdom was suffering a lot due to this. King Ptolemy called the expert and brilliant architect of that time, Sostratus of Siniad as for the safety of the marine trade route of his kingdom and asked him for help in solving this problem. Together, they came up with he made a tremendous plan to build a huge lighthouse which would guide the ships towards safety and would also protect them from the danger present under the waves of water. So Strutter started the work with determination, but they did not want this. Knew that what they were building was going to become one of the greatest engineering marvels, the Pharos of Alexandria of Insight World. This lighthouse reached shining heights above the islands of Pharos on the coast of Alexandria. Its height was 384 feet and it was made of white marble. A huge fire burned on top of this lighthouse, which was supplied with oil and wood all the time. This lighthouse was also considered one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, but only because of its size. Because of this lighthouse was not only amazing but also had a genius design behind it, so to further increase the light, Strauss had also created a system of mirrors and lenses, with the help of which even ships miles away could easily see its light. When the news of the construction of this lighthouse spread, the sailors from faraway places took a sigh of relief. Now, because of this lighthouse, they did not have to navigate the rocky waters near Alexandria, so this was the first lighthouse in the world. It had become a symbol of safety for the sailors, and from here the concept of lighthouse spread all over the world. Earlier, these lighthouses were built on the shores of the sea, but with the passage of time, trade started increasing all over the world. So in the middle of the busy trade routes of the sea, where the rocks were closer to the water and where the rocks were more dangerous to the ships that they might sink them, lighthouses started being built in those places too, due to which the CSU will get to see these lighthouses at different locations in the middle. Initially, fire used to burn at these lighthouses, but it was not an ideal situation to use wood, oil, and coal all the time. After this, candles, gas lamps, and oil lamps came. But the light of fire was not so bright. When electricity was produced and light bulb was invented, then these lighthouses also started shifting to electric bulbs because they have more light, but still the lighthouse provides this light. These lenses are the answer to how they reflect from miles away. Till 1800, these reflectors were placed behind the light source, but the engineers of that time realized one thing, that the light can be focused more than if we place it in front of the light, but the issue was that the thicker the lens, the less light it will get. So here comes the French physicist and engineer Fresnel, who had a great solution. He made the lens finer and designed it in this way. It was made so that all the light was focused on a single point. In this way, the dispersed light could be sent in a single direction. Today, in most of the lighthouses, the Fresnel lensation method has revolutionized the lighthouse and the light can be seen miles away. So, with the help of these lighthouses, ships could easily know about the danger. So the job that I told you in the beginning of the video is that you will get Indian rupee crores for staying in Jiman Lighthouse. Just make sure that the light of the lighthouse remains lit. Are you interested in doing this job? Do tell in the comments.